Ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday morning. The coffee has been poured. The guys are here. It's time to talk a little AMXR. I am Northern Savage. Thank you for joining us on our sixth panel show. Always fun to have you here. And it is time for us to do a preseason tournament breakdown. Before I get into our guests, a couple things you need to know. Number one, this is Talking While Aiming. Welcome again. Shout out to the commissioners, Nat Dog, Sika. Thank you for putting on another Showdown tournament. It's going to be 8 teams, season 2. It's going to be bullets, grenade strategy, all that to come. Right now, it is the preseason. Nothing has happened yet. Not a shot has been fired. So let's break down the panel and let's talk about what we're talking about. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Doing great.
Pretty good.
Everybody's super excited on this Sunday to be talking about a little AMXR. We're going to go through who our panelists are, and we're going to get a breakdown. And we're going to do it in the most democratic way possible by rankings on the big board. Coming in at number 1, he's the number 15 on the big board. He's got that slow Texan drawl. You're going to listen to him talk till you take a bullet to the side of the head. It is JStray. JStray, thanks for coming by, man.
Oh, man, thank you.
All right, happy to have you here. Next up, number 52 on the big board. He calls into TWA so much, I think I'm going to have to help him pay for his long-distance phone plan. It is Rusty Hogg. Hogg, how you doing?
Doing great. Good to see everyone.
Great, man. Thanks for coming in. And listen, last but not least, he's not on the big board, but he is very likely to audit it to find out why. He's number 524, CPAmper. CPA, how you doing?
Great. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man. So here's the deal, gentlemen. Every single one of you is going to be playing for a different tournament team this year. We're all going to have a chance to talk about these teams, what we like about them. But yeah, before we jump into these tournament previews, let's do some quick takes on the season. JStray, what's one thing you're looking forward to heading into season 2 of Showdown?
I'm looking forward to a new team this year. So I've got a really good leader, Gab 007. I've never gotten to play with her in a tournament setting under her leadership, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay. Great. Looking forward to new leadership. Definitely someone we know about and someone we're going to preview coming up here in a little bit. CPA, what about you? New season, what are you looking forward to?
I got to say a couple things is being the team leader this year, being able to set it up and kind of hope we go all the way, and really expecting to take down that previous champion team Onslaught. So we don't expect them to win again.
Okay. Already starting the smack talk. I love it. Hogg, you're a tournament player. You're someone who enjoys the competition. What are you looking forward to this year?
I'm kind of looking forward to what CPA was just talking about, being captain of that said team. And I know everybody's going to be gunning for us, so I know we may have the experience, but at this point, we're going to have to really play our heart out.
Okay, great battle. Let me say this, folks. It's my first year playing in the tournament. I am going to be on a tournament team as well. So, you know, the Savage is just happy to be a part of the team, ready to rock and roll, ready to find out what tournament lifestyle is all about. So, everybody stay tuned. We've got more coming up in our tournament preview special episode, Showdown Season 2. We've got JStray, we've got the Hogg, we've got CPA coming up. Stay tuned. We've got 8 teams, 6 players per team, for a grand total of a shit ton of killers. I'm excited. First up, we have the one-hit wonders, captained by our very own guest, CPAmper. CPA. I'm going to share my screen here. We're going to start taking a look at some of the great players on your team. Bear with me one second here while I pull it up. Tell me a little bit about your team, CPA, and why you're excited to have them rocking and rolling this year.
I mean, we seem like an overall balanced team. And so it's great to really have one of those. Not really, honestly, it'd be hard to say like who the worst, who the best player is. We seem like a great average, and really that's what wins you. You know, you can't really win with just one great player when we play these matches. You know, even person with the best player in the game on one team and very well players on the others doesn't necessarily win all the time. So it's great to hope that that's the expectation.
I couldn't agree more. Let's break down your team. You're the captain, level 524, coming in at 574. you got Voicing Panic, a player I think that JStray knows pretty well. You've played it with Voicing, haven't you, JStray?
Oh yeah, voicing has been on teams with me in the past. Yeah, he's a solid player for
Very
sure.
consistent.
So
Absolutely. All right. So we know Voicing. What else we got? Oh crap. Sneaky Brit, 918 level, R90 killer.
Yep.
CPA, what's she going to bring to the team?
She's going to bring that R90. She's really quick, fast paced, and it's really, really that. Just not really knowing where she is, and she's just going to pop out of nowhere and get you.
Great to have for a tournament player. Next up, Choke Boy Aim XR Shooter 1. One of the funnier profile pics that you'll see, but the kid's stats can't be denied. He's a top M4A1 shooter. Is that how you're going to deploy him?
Absolutely. He's going to use what he's the best at, and he's really just like Voicing. It's really another one of those just adding on there, top player. You can rely on him. It's really that. You can rely.
Absolutely. 823 level player, scratching at that top 100 ranking. Last up, we've got Letty on 87. He's listed as German. I believe he's French. Deadly with that suppress, deadly with that frag grenade, it looks like. Very good player. What do you think about Letty on being on your team this year?
It's great to have him. He's even a higher skill level up there, and I'm excited to really play with him.
Great. Not the most communicative, but I can't argue the skill set. He's a great player. So looking at where your team is at heading into this season, what's going to be a strength? When we look at the one-hit wonders, what is going to be a strength of your team?
I mean, there's a reason I named it. We're only going to need one hit to win. I mean, that's it. And it's really, our strength is really going to be, like I was saying, is we're a really great overall high balanced level team. We're going to have players that are well above the 50 percentile, many of them. And it's just all together as a team. And that's what's going to count.
Okay. All right. I like the makeup of your team, CPA. I think it's going to be a great run for you. Who are you playing first? Do you know who the first opponent is this year?
I'm not fully sure yet. I have not really seen the schedule per se.
Okay. All right. Well, I will circle the onslaught match on my calendar. Apparently that's a grudge match already. CPA,
Absolutely.
thanks for your thoughts on the one hit wonders. More from the rest of our panel. More teams breakdown when we come back. Stay tuned. Talking with some of the top players in the game. I'm going to go ahead and put on the old headphones so I can hear you that much better. We have already knocked out CPA's team, the One Hit Wonders. Great crew. Couldn't wait to dive into that. But now we're going to talk about the next team on our list. We've got a player on that team. Stopped by Talking While Aiming. JStray. You are part of Black Rain, is that correct?
I am.
All right. Tell me a little bit about what I need to know about this team before we get into strategy, before we get into, who these players are. What's the vibe going to be on your team this year?
I mean, we're all experienced players with the exception of Absolute, and so I think that's going to be the the main thread for us is just playing solid mechanics and fundamental shooting. So I think that's going to kind of be our vibe. We're not flashy or I think we're all M4 players. So, it's going to be just
grind
being
it out
solid.
time, huh?
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's your profile. I know the karma that you bring. I know the M4 suppress, number 15 level in the world, 1246. JStray, you're obviously going to be one of the mainstays, one of the anchors of any teams that you belong on. But let's break down the rest of your team. You've got Gab 007 running this crew, Canadian, 1,000 level player. Tell me what you like about her game.
So, this is one of the things that I've told Gab is like she's solid. She shoots cover to cover, and she is aggressive, but she does so in a way that's calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so when she attacks, she doesn't put herself in risk, which is something it's difficult to do. To train yourself to not put yourself at risk and still be able to attack at the same time. So.
She's a quality player. Definitely knows how to use cover very well. Couldn't agree with you more. Let's get Hog's take on this next player, because I don't think JStray can be objective when we talk about Stray J82. I love this player, all-star, grinds out those wins, grinds out those kills, always has a positive plus. Hog, what do you like about Stray J82 and what she brings to the game?
She always brings a lot of kindness is one thing for starters. But what she brings to the actual gameplay itself is some really awesome sniping, good communication, and she does all around good play for sure.
Can't argue with that. Moving on, you've got one of our regular contributors on Talking While Aiming. You've got the Vanilla Gorilla, 6'10" level, really, really solid player. Handles his business. Seems to always enjoy the game. I think that's something that we never undersell about the Vanilla Gorilla. When he's out there, he's having a good time, and I think in a tournament you need that every now and then. CPA, I know you've bumped heads with Absolute 1134. What do you like about this player? What's he going to bring to the game this year? 906 level player. That's no joke.
Well, that's just it. He's going to bring experience. He's not just high level, but he's played a lot. I've played a lot with him. He's a pretty great player to play against. So it's really that experience that he's going to have.
And
Are we going
to Texan? I have to add too. So.
I was just going to say, are we going to have to call Black Rain the unofficial Texas team with at least 3 Texans on that roster?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Stars at night are big and bright deep in the heart of Texas. All right, wrapping up the team. Another contributor to Talking While Aiming, a 323 player, but a hell of a fun guy to play with, Phil the Boss. JStray, tell me what Phil's going to bring to the team and why you like having him on your roster.
Phil's a solid player. He communicates really well in game. If you've ever played with Phil, like he's he's not the type that's just gonna get shot and killed and not tell you where that person's at. Like he's gonna let you know, because he's competitive and he wants to, get a little bit of revenge. So yeah, he's a solid player.
I can't argue with that. Definitely someone that brings a little spice to the game. I think in a tournament setting that is probably will lower some tensions a little bit, because I know tournaments tend to run a little hot sometimes. Well, folks, that is Black Rain. That is JStray's crew. JStray, thank you for talking to us a little bit about Black Rain. I think it's going to be a hell of a season for you guys. More with Talking While Aiming when we come back. About season 2 of Showdown, we've got some great teams. We've already gone through and talked about Black Rain. We've talked about One Hit Wonders. Last week we had a chance to sit down with Mimi Navarro and talk about her team Killer Elites. We're going to keep rolling right on through. Up next, we don't have any players from this team in studio with us. Make it sound like I have a studio. That's great. But we do have the roster, and I have some gentlemen here who have some strong opinions. JStray, right off the bat, when we talk about the Havoc counts, I think it begins and ends with this gentleman on screen right here. Tell me what you like about Win Over KD and the way he plays.
Yeah, I think I said it in the last interview, and I still stand by it. I think Win Over KD is the best pure shooter in AMXR.
Okay. If you say nothing else, you can live with that. That's it.
I'd even add to that, as I mentioned before, I'm a very defensive player. If I, role model myself after somebody and be just like them, it would be Win Over. Our styles are the same, except he's just that good at it.
Yeah.
All right. Havoc Hounds coming strong with a player that everyone seems to respect. Next up, we've got a player who's just crossed that 1,000 level. Great all-around utility player, can handle his business. Beef 8770. Hog, I know you've gone against the Beef a lot. It has been pork versus hamburger on a number of occasions. Okay. Who comes out on top when you do battle with the Beef?
You know what? He said it one time. He said, I knew that was you, Hog, just by the way you were moving. So he'll get the drop on me without a doubt.
Hell of a player. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Next up, Mafia, another 1,000 level player pushing up. Really good. Coming in strong with that Mac 10. CPA, I know you've had a chance to run into him a number of times. What do you think about his style of play?
He's another Uzi player. So those those guns are tough. They're very quick guns. You got to be ready and alert. And so it's like you got to know where he is on the map. You're gonna have to probably call him out when he kills you. You got to be ready. Him and that Uzi.
He brings a different energy too. I like the energy he brings as well. So
Yep.
hell of a player. Last up, international flavor, bringing it. I'm going to talk about this guy. Level 358 does not do him justice. JHREIRE, Irish one. We call him Jamie. We call him Deadly. Coming in from the UK. Great player. Comes over and plays in the UK on the US servers quite regularly. Really nice addition to the team. I think Havoc Hounds are going to be a trouble this year. Don't even mention Eagle Eye or Coral Chipmunk. Sorry, folks, couldn't find their profiles. Havoc Hounds shaping up to be a very, very good team. So, any last thoughts on them? Anybody wants to throw out there?
They're going to be, like you said, they're really going to be tough, especially Eagle Eye. He's another great player that's tough to beat.
Yeah, some really, really strong team members on that team. So yeah, folks, Havoc Hounds, ones we got to look out for. We are cruising right through. That was the third breakdown of the team, plus the one we did the other day for the Killer Elites. Means we are halfway through our preseason breakdown. Don't go anywhere, folks. More with JStray, Rusty Hog, and CPA when we get back. Stay tuned. Talking while aiming, Northern Savage, stopping by. Letting you all know that we've got season 2 of Showdown showing up here pretty soon. We've got some killer players in this lobby. Talking a little preseason tournament. And next up, we have got my team, the Super Troopers. So obviously, I'm biased, so we're not going to spend too much time listening to what I have to say. But let's go through and cover a little bit of what the Super Troopers are going to be bringing this year. First of all, got to start off with my captain, El Capitan Ken Soup. Ken's is a player who focuses on the M4, 393 level, but climbing quickly and willing to take on that captain role. CPA, your thoughts on Ken Soup stepping in and doing a captain's role this season on Showdown?
It's great. It's always good to see great players to be in that captain role, and I know he can back that up.
Absolutely. Hell of a player. 393 doesn't do him justice. Let's go off. Who else we've got? Oh my gosh, it is the Savage, Northern Savage 95. Hog, give me a breakdown of what Savage is going to bring to the team this year.
You're going to bring a good all-around heat, no doubt about it. I know that your captain's going to be pleased to put you in any role, and I know you'll fill it. You'd be a great team player.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Clearly the Savage, the backbone of any good team. Ha, ha, ha. Next up, Got a Lot. I have not played with Got a Lot in a while. I hadn't realized pushing 780. That's a hell of an accomplishment. Wow. Who here has gotten some quality time playing with Got a Lot?
And really, just in the tournaments, he's a player too that I hardly ever play against. But in those tournaments, he looks like he plays all day, every day.
Okay,
he'll rock you hard.
Yeah, Got a Lot has got. I mean, he's a deadly player. He's got a lot of movement skills with the FAMAS. Like he just moves in and out of cover, and it's going to be interesting to see how he does on a tournament team. I haven't seen him play in any tournament teams, and so it's going to be interesting to see the team dynamic with Got a Lot.
Well, I got to be honest with you. When I look at my team breakdown, not a lot. There are some players that I have not spent a lot of time playing with, which brings us to our next player, Coffee 251, pushing 700. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever played with her.
Me neither.
She's great. She's always on point. Her and Coral Chipmunk seem to swim around the same circles whenever I end up around them.
Okay, great. Coming out of Turkey, pushing 700. Can't argue with that. Next up, Chan the Man, another almost 700 level player. I know everyone here has been killed by Chan the Man. I'm really excited to have him on the team. I think he's going to do very, very well. Really good long distance player, medium to long distance. I think Chan is going to be a great addition. And then the last member of our team, you gotta love Yasi. Yasi brings it every time. That guy's got a great all around performance, Canadian killer. So I really enjoy our team. I think again, for the key for us is going to be how we gel. You notice we've got some international players. We've got definitely some people that have not played together before. So how quickly we gel and how quickly Ken's can get everyone on the same team, I think is going to be critical for for how Super Troopers does this year. So, any predictions, JStray, for how the Super Troopers are going to handle this season?
Oh man. Like I said, I think it's going to come down to team dynamic. I really do. If
Okay.
Chan's a solid player. I've had Chan on a team before. He's one of the best teammates you could ask for. I've played, with everybody else in that group. Ken's a super good dude too. If got a lot, fits the dynamic, and I don't know that much about coffee, I would make the prediction that they will be in the finals.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I love that.
Super
I love
Troopers will
that.
be in the finals.
I love that. Hopefully it's with me on the bench commenting instead of being on the front line, because if we're counting on me, then we're in trouble. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you to Rusty Hog. Thank you to CPA. Thank you to JStray for taking a part of their Sunday to come in and talk about the game that is AMXR, talk a little bit about season 2 of Showdown. We've got more coming up. We've still got Death Division. We've still got One Tap Mafia. And we've still got the final member of our panel's team, Onslaught, when we come back. Stay tuned. Season 2 of Showdown, the tournament that is going to define all future tournaments. Why? Because the Savage is in it. People think I'm funny. I am going to put up our next one, our next team on the board. It's Death Division. It's the one that is run by one of our regulars on Talking While Aiming. She's been on the show twice. Bubbly 2319's team. I mean, Hog, what can you say about Bubbly that hasn't been said already? Probably one of the nicer, better M4 killers you're going to come across.
Oh yeah, I mean, always done with kindness, always done proficiently and exacting.
Yeah, exacting and lethal. Next up, ARF guy, coming out of the Arizona, that Arizona firefighter guy. Great player. I would have had him higher than 400. CPA, have you bumped heads with him much?
Not really too much, just in the tournaments. But like you said, he's only a 400. I haven't played him much, but when you do, he seems way higher than a 400, and that's what I can say.
Absolutely, and that's a compliment in and of itself. Folks, when we talk about high level players that maybe don't get talked about enough, let's it could begin and end with Clinton Biz. I think number 1 activity in the world, number 3 level in the world, 1500 player. Wow. I mean, you want to talk about one of the benchmark players in this league, JStray. You're still looking up at Clinton Biz on the big board.
I think out of this entire group, Clinton has probably killed me more than anyone else, because he was one of the first high-level players that I started playing with when I started playing. So, yeah, he's probably killed me more than anyone else in this list.
He brings it. Definitely a hell of a player. Next up, J-Dash, another 1500 level player, number 1 magazine in the world. I don't know how appropriate that's going to be for a tournament play.
Yeah.
Hog, you and I have done battle with J-Dash on a number of occasions. She's lethal with a number of weapons. I think sometimes we get kind of caught on the flash, which is those mag kills, but
yeah,
you name the style of play, she can play it.
Oh, exactly. And I noticed she likes to go forward. I can see her holding, like say Sandbull, for instance, just behind the walls on the spawn area and dancing back and forth between those bunkers.
Yeah, she's a nice pickup. Supa Steve, one of those lower level players that you hear only good things about, but you haven't heard a lot about. So I'm going to go ahead and say Supa, a nice addition. Then lastly, someone who I've interviewed on this show before, pushing 900, El Roja, kind of limited in that he's probably going to be only a FAMAS player. You can't mix and match with him. That's really where he kind of begins and ends his skill set. But it's a pretty good skill to have, because he's pretty freaking good with it. So heck of a roster. I am going to go ahead and give them one of my dark horse candidates to be in the finals. I really like the makeup of Death Division. So, yeah, folks, we're gonna roll into our next one. No breaks needed. We've got CPA, we've got Rusty Hog, we've got JStray. They're hydrated. They've got plenty to drink. We're going to go ahead and jump right into our next group. Too many great players to stop talking about them. So this next group, we're talking about One Tap Mafia. I think this team is great. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we're going to run through them real quick. JStray, the first question goes to you. You've played with ZD Boy, is that right?
Yeah, I have.
Well,
Quite a bit.
tell me a little bit about that 328 level player and what you like about him.
One of the things I like about him is he picks really great places to shoot from.
Okay.
You'll just be moving along the map thinking you're advancing, and then all of a sudden, there's Z-Boy, and he has, you know, he's headshot. He's ended your pursuit of making it across the map. So
Yeah, he's
so
he's lethal. Moving right along. Hog, tell me a little bit about Colleen. I know you've played with her.
Yep, she's very well rounded. She's able to play forward, mid, back, and she's just getting more aggressive and tenacious as it goes.
740 level player. Watch out. This next
Yeah.
player, I get such a kick out of this guy. Golden Tap coming in at 554. Great all around player. Great attitude. Very positive player. I think he's going to do well this year. Next up, for a 364 level player, this dude can stack bodies. Gummy Bear Gunner. Wonderful player. Wonderful player. Anybody have any strong feelings they want to throw out about Gummy Bear?
I mean, I just recently started playing this player, and you see he's got that pistol right there on his chest, and I can say he's very deadly with that. He's very expecting much of him upcoming. It seems like I've met him recently, so I expect a lot from what I've already seen of him.
Outstanding. All right. Last up, Mr. Navarro. Solid player, 856. He's gonna be one of those M4 players you plug in. Again, I think he's a good communicator. I think that he's someone who has learned from Mimi Navarro, who is an exceptional communicator. I think he's going to do very well in this match. Then lastly, someone you got to look out for, top of the board for levels, 1748, Lady J. Not much that she can't do in the game,
Yeah.
Total complete player. And in a match game like this, especially when you limit grenades, because I think the thing that throws Lady J off more than anything else is when she's getting grenades rained on her. And if you can play in a tournament where you have to limit grenades and she can move freely, I think she's even more deadly.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right, folks. That has been 2 teams knocked out in one session. We covered Death Division. We covered One Tap Mafia. Great lineup. We're going to be back with more right after this. Stay tuned. Talking with Rusty Hog, talking with CPAmper, talking with JStray. 3 great players that are going to be in this season's Showdown Season 2 tournament. Big shout out to Sika. Big shout out to Nat Dog for putting on a great tournament. We've got one team left to talk about. It is the Hogs team. Hog, you're called on slot. You've already talked a little bit about what you're excited about for this season. Let's talk about your team.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's talk about you. What does Rusty Hog bring to the tournament team? What are you bringing there? What are you packing? What's the Hog going to show up and do?
I bring organization, hopefully bring calm to the field, and try to encourage focus.
Okay, encourage focus. Let's talk about your roster a little bit. First up, Kai Rukin, 1,000 level player. Is he one you just kind of say, go do your thing, Kai? I don't think there's probably a lot of, you don't really need to corral that kid. You need to turn him loose.
No, not at all. He's my assistant captain. He's been my rock through season 1, and can't say anything but the greatest things about him.
Okay. Next up, we've got Tower 987. This might be the player that I've heard the least about. 244 level player. Can you tell me anything about him? What do you know about Tower?
He's been called out. He's been called out as being the highest scorer on my team. He's also been described as a sleeper hit.
Okay. All right. Well, then it sounds to me like I need to pay attention, especially when we play him. Now, this next player, I have a very, complicated relationship with. He's magged me probably more than anyone else, but a hell of a player. Rat King 227 CPA. Before we let Rusty Hog say more nice things about his teammates, what has been your experience with Rat King and how he operates?
Well, I mean, it's the same with what you said about those magazines, but whew, thank God we can't use magazines in these tournaments, or at least it's not as competitive in that perspective, I would say. It's you got to play differently. But yeah, I would say he's a player that you can rely on. He sometimes too will just come out of nowhere and he'll just get you. He's a difficult one.
He's extremely difficult. Hell of a player to watch.
Yeah.
Next up, JStray. You're an M4 guy. I know that you love distance and spacing. VWVR is more of an up close R90 killer. What do you like about his play style?
And we talked about this. R90 is something that I wish that I knew how to use because of VW. I don't know how he does it. He can move from his spawn and be in your spawn. How he can make it across the map in a competitive tournament, and no one's seen him, and then he just ends up with 3-4 kills in your spawn, and you have no idea then where he's moved to. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Hit and miss, hit and fade. None of those style approaches. Yeah. Very effective. Hog, you've got a hell of a team. So now you've already said that you think that your team's got real potential this year.
One more person.
Who did I miss?
PKTX.
Couldn't find him. Couldn't find the profile.
If I could just mention him real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, real enthused player. Super stoked to be in the tournament, and he gets some aggressive runs at the front lines. He made a few good runs in the spawn on AIM in the last season.
Okay. All right. So this is a returning player.
That's right.
Well, my apologies to PKTX. My apologies to Eagle Eye. My apologies to Coral Chipmunk. Those were the 3 profiles I could not locate. Spelling, random letters, dashes, periods make it very hard. If I can find your information, I will. I promise you for the final cut. But yeah, folks, that is the end of our preview section. Every team broken down. Our panelists going through them and letting us know who they like, who they don't. Coming up next, talking while aiming. Stay tuned. We're going to hand out some preseason awards. Remember, folks, this is all preseason. Nothing's happened yet. No reason to get your panties in a twist. We're just hanging out and having some fun. More with talking while aiming when we come back. Savage kind of lays off on the prepared stuff. CPA, what makes an MVP? What are the categories you look for, or the qualities you look for?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very subjective thing, and me being a CPA, I'm very like data analytics driven, and it's like stat driven, and it's just really that pure skill. I mean, Tower, I don't play much with him, but when we play them in the season, he's just somebody like, wow, he's one of the best players I really ever played against, and so it's really that stat there of skill set. That's really what he has, and he's a very scary player to play. And it's like you'll see his rank, and he plays many times higher than that.
Do you think he plays above his weight?
Absolutely. Oh yes. I like hardly ever play with him on the regular public servers. Like you never see him on there, and then you play in this tournament. It's like, wait, what? Who did I just play against?
JStray, who was your pick for MVP?
Irish.
Irish.
Yeah.
You think Irish has the potential to take his team all the way and be the most valuable player out there?
I think if you look to me, when I think of a most valuable player, it's the totality of what they bring to the table. It's consistency, it's the dynamic, how they fit into a team, and just and then with that also their KD, their ability to put in numbers, and I think he represents all of those things.
Okay.
So.
Hog.
I think for me, MVP, I kind of look at it in terms of the Swiss Army knife on the team. That no matter what play we come up with, if there's something pre-planned, they can go along with that in the role that nobody else is taking, and they'll do it proficiently, and they'll do it well. And Friendly Sea Otter fills that role perfectly for me. I've seen him snipe. I know he can go mid on the bottom level in tournament play on aim map. That's not the easiest position to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so grenades and all that good stuff.
Again, I don't have a problem with any of these players. I think that every single one we've named is definitely a possibility for MVP, and I think there's probably others that could be considered. I would like to give you my reasoning for why I think Bubbly would be a great MVP, and that's what you decide to value. And we talk about most valuable player. Her roster as it's constructed, if as a captain, if she can put together Clinton, El Roja, Arf, and Supa. Not even talking about J Dash because I consider J Dash a wild card, but she's so good she can do anything. If you can put that roster together and control it and get it to work together, that brings a lot of value to me, and I could easily see this team being one of the best in the entire tournament. And if she can pull that off, I would definitely give her the MVP for that.
Yes.
They were definitely one of my picks to be in the finals.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about that. Does anyone have any strong feelings about what teams might wind up in the finals this year?
It's going to be a tough
Okay,
one.
so I've already named one. I think that Super Troopers, again, given if depending on how Godlot fits in with Dynamic, he's going to get a lot of kills for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chan the Man Solid, he's gonna produce for him. And then everybody else in that roster is solid. So you know, and then I think the other team, yeah, Northern, yeah, for sure. It's a solid group. The other team that I'm gonna put, make a prediction for the finals is gonna be Onslaught again. And it's because, and I mean this in the best way possible. They're odd. They're odd play styles and that you don't see very often, and you don't know, like, how do you prepare for VW, a guy that an R90 guy who you can't explain how he moves from one side of the map to the other, in a tournament game and ends up in your spawn and 3, 4, 5 kills.
And in a tournament game, that changes the whole dynamic right away.
Yeah, exactly.
3, 4, 5 swing, that's huge.
Yeah, and then he's gone and he disappears. Tower has the most odd timing that I've seen. He shows up in expected places that you would expect, but the timing of it is so odd that you don't have a good way to counter that. And that's the best way I can explain it. If you've never played with Tower, you might not understand that, but if you have, you know what I'm talking about. And then Kairukin is precision on wheels. He's precise as he's moving. And then Rusty, I know he started out with an MP5, which is a little different. I think you've moved to the M4, right?
That's right.
Great movement skills. And then PK is a great shooter too. I mean, and Rat King. So it's just an odd team to prepare for. So,
Can I throw out the best compliment the team's gotten? It was said that team doesn't communicate properly off the field, and yet they're still won.
Okay.
It was the best compliment we could have gotten.
CPA, you haven't given us your picks yet for who you think might make it to the finals. I know you have said who you want to play in the finals. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that your team as currently constructed has got what it takes to go all the way, make it to the finals?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, our benefit is, we may not have like any of the top best players, but we have the overall well-rounded, and there's a very good chance that we can make it. It's really just about communication. I know that's how I always like to play as a team, is communication. Knowing where you are, setting your roles. You can't really just be one of those teams that goes wild and, everyone wants to play this way. And then, for example, almost all of you except one are on one side. Like, that's just not going to cut it. And so it's really constructing it properly. But, to say if we go all the way, there's a good chance. But I would at least say for the other team, I basically 100% repeat everything that JStray just said. Watching them play in the championship last year, It's crazy. And these matches are 6-on-6. So even though everybody's good, and I said in my original discussion with you, it's all about KD. KD is
Right.
everything. It's what gets you the win. Doesn't matter how good you are. That's how you win a game. If somebody goes 49 and 50, that was negative. They did a negative to it. And so in these games, I remember that championship game, I think only three on their team or two had a positive KD. And it was, I think, Tower and Kai were two of them. Don't remember the other
Yeah.
one. And so if you got that, that's what wins you.
That
Yeah.
kill death ratio is essential. Absolutely.
Yep, and that's what I base my whole philosophy around. Like I said, I don't care if I go 5-3. That's better than going 20-20, 50-50.
And that's why I've adjusted my gameplay considerably as well. I was one of the worst players on a team for a while. And at this moment, I realized part of it was just that aggressive running right over to the spawn. And that's gotten me some kills, sure. But at the same time, that death ratio is just devastating.
Yep. And I think like a lot of players, they want those kills. Like that's what's fun. That's what a lot of people like. They think that's what makes them good, and it does. But if you have more deaths than kills, that's I don't know about that.
Patience is essential.
But yep.
Yeah.
Every one of you has played a full season tournament so far. When do you know which teams are going to start separating? How far into the tournament do you need to get when you start separating the chaff from the wheat?
I mean, that's tough because you haven't played everyone and you don't see them. And so even though it's like week 3, you've really kind of
Yeah.
only seen the teams you played. So that is a tough question.
And to be honest, sometimes even your own progression through the season, you might start to wonder, depending on how you're doing, like, how did we make it this far?
Right.
It was something I was scratching my head at a couple times, and then 1 week you may have a really great win, and the next week you're just bleh.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
What about you, JStray? Any thoughts on when your team started putting it all together?
No, to be honest. I think the way they're all, I mean, when I first saw all the rosters, I was like, man, this whole group collectively it's wild. It's wild how good the entire group is. Um, so yeah, it's hard to say when. I think, like I said, when I saw them, that's what I thought was, man, this is the best group of players you could put in a room. So yeah.
And there's so much more talent still sitting on the street. That's the other thing,
Oh,
is that we
yeah.
could set up 8 more teams that
right.
would be just as stacked easily.
Yeah.
So,
There's
all right.
definitely
So,
some players that have been noticed that aren't on the rosters right now. I'll say that.
Yeah.
well, I got into
yeah.
a lobby with some of the folks from JStray's newbie tournament team, and I talked with Kim Chaotic and KG Griffiths the other day. They can do some damage.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
there's some up and comers that can play.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Kim is on my team, and I'm really looking forward to her. She plays just like me, defensive player, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Our other 3 are pretty offensive, and so I think we have a great balance of that.
And which roster is that for?
I have to check because they named our teams for us, but
What is that, a different league?
For the newbie league?
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I would consider you a newbie CPA. You're pretty well seasoned.
Well,
at this
I'm
point.
the team leader for it.
I know. I'm just messing with you. Let's talk some tournament questions. This is from me, the new guy that hasn't played a lot of tournament. I need to hear what these gentlemen have to say. I'm going to ask Paul, or excuse me, let me start that again.
All good.
I'm gonna ask Rusty Hogg this question. Rusty Hogg, what should Chargers do in a tournament match? I'm a Charger. I go around corners.
Yeah.
I look to push. But in a
You
tournament
need to
match,
hug.
that turns me into hamburger most of the time. So what do I need to do? What do Chargers need to do? How do they need to adjust their game in tournament style?
I would say the short of it is being able to dart and retreat. Hug them walls tight. Be very aware of what's exposed. And like I say, you might be in sand bowl, hop up in the boxes real quick, pop a few shots off. You're gonna hop down real quick. maybe move back to the left or the right, depending on which side of the map you're on, and maybe swing around somewhere else so that they think you're still there, but you're really moving somewhere else.
Doubling back works really, really well.
That's right.
Yeah, absolutely. JStray, how important is chain of command? I know there's captains out there. Do people listen? Is that a real thing out there? I mean, do captains give orders and assign areas of responsibility?
Yeah, on every team that I've been on, we have, and I've been fortunate enough that uh, the the team members that I've had all been very coachable and listened, and did what they were asked to do. So yeah, and as far as the play style that I've been involved with, it's super important. Yeah, it's probably up, it probably outweighs total skill level, to be honest with you, because um, being able to communicate and move in unison is gonna um, can sway more than maybe one player that's got an advanced skill level set.
Right. Covering, moving,
Uh,
lanes of
well,
fire, advancing, knowing
just
you're covered one way.
yeah, that's what I was going to say is that was one of the things I would add to what Rusty said is listening to your comms too. Like depending on how you're operating, but if you've got a spotter, listen to your spotter. Let them tell you, hey, this is where they are, and so you can avoid shooting lanes that in your advance that are going to get you killed from that particular person. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I call it blundering when you just go around the corner and you have no idea what's there. That's
Yeah.
blundering.
Yeah.
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 CPA, got to ask you this. Is a tournament match fun or is it intense?
It's definitely intense. I can say that. It can be fun in a different way, but it's not the kind of fun where you can just go in, chat around and just like test out, do what you want to do. You got to come very prepared. They are very intense.
And I'm guessing some players take it more seriously than others.
I've definitely heard some players do. My team last season, we were very great as a team, so I can say that. But yeah, other teams I'm sure have had different experiences. It's really, again, what Jay Shay was just saying, it's really that team communication and how you work together. And I know last year our team worked very well, and that's what I'm hoping for this year.
Outstanding. All right. Well, that's all I got as far as official questions and comments and stuff like that. Now we can just talk if you guys want. So that's literally all I had. So I should probably do an exit, whatever, but I'm happy to keep talking. That's as far as scripted stuff. That's everything I got.
Yeah.
Copy.
It's only
I'm pretty much at the point where tournament play is about all I really want to play. I tell you, I walk away from it never having the same feeling from any other game. There's occasionally the all-star games in public play that we have, but I don't know. There's just something magic about the tournament night.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd also even add to that. It's just weird when you play these because it's 6-on-6. A team's going to win. You're obviously going to have some people with a negative KD, and at the bottom of the list, it's really more of that perspective. It's crazy seeing some of these great players at the bottom of that list when normally in a regular match they're going to be at the top of the list because
Right.
there's always a bottom of these, right? So they're going to be there. So it's like I said, it's crazy to see them at the bottom of that list when in a regular public match they're at the top.
It becomes really obvious who can handle themselves in a tournament environment versus a public environment. I put up decent numbers in most public lobbies. In a tournament lobby, I am going to be one of those bottom 3 players more than likely. I can say that about myself.
And hey, if you're all positive, and even though you're at the bottom, you only went 3-2. Hey, you contributed.
Yeah,
I
I think that's important to remember. Yeah.
And I know that I've had people in the past that we know that we've played with for years that have joined, played halfway through the tournament, and then they decided that it's too stressful. It's just not tournament play is just not for them. And so,
It's a different world.
It is a very different world.
Who would you like to get that's not in? Who would you love to get and say we need this player in the tournament, or players? Who do you think would be fun to add?
Well, that's a good question.
I think Rio is always fun. He'd be good
Yeah.
just for comic relief. He's always good.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd like to get some of those Russian players in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
That would be
they
fun.
they make you step up your game.
Yeah, I don't know what he goes by now, but he used to go by Raul.
Oh,
Uh,
Dacian?
yeah,
Rogue
yeah,
JD or something like that.
yes. I would love to get him, man. He's a nice guy, and he's a fantastic Mac 10 player. One of the best Mac 10 players I
Yeah.
know. And he's always, you can ask him questions about it, and he's down to give you tips and tricks on how to use it. But man,
Yeah.
I'd like to get him in on some tournament action. And
He's
another one
he's Romanian,
is
I think.
or something.
Yeah, he's good.
I'd like to
Yeah.
get
And
Kook Spook in. Ledian kind of reminds me because Ledian would be in with quite a few matches with me and Kook Spook back in the day. There's some of those players that didn't really hear too much. That's why I was so excited to see Ledian. Maybe Kook Spook or Filler VK. People like that.
Yeah, well, like Bubbly, Irish, Ledion. I mean, those are international players that are coming to play in American tournaments. I think that's exactly what we need to have because right now that is
Yeah.
what it is. It's an American tournament right now.
And additional player that I would be very curious. He plays a lot. He's very interesting and great skill set. I'm curious how he would do in a tournament. Is the coolest carp.
Hmm.
I'd be interested to see how he would do in these tournaments.
yeah, yeah, cool. Carp, for all the antics and shenanigans that Carp, displays,
He's deadly.
like he's such an underrated shooter. Like I don't
Yeah.
think anybody, unless you've really been in when he's locked in and actually shooting, you wouldn't realize how he's phenomenal shot. So
I could
yeah,
say he's
it's
very
kind of
skillful with the
wild.
grenade. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
skillful with the grenade, and I've never seen another player, single player in this whole entire game that shoots across legend with a shotgun and kills you.
and
Oh gosh. Are you
headshots
serious?
across the map. Yeah,
Yes, he will
Oh
yeah,
shoot, he will shoot
jeez.
you across the map with a shotgun.
I don't
yeah, and he
understand how
thinks
he
it's
does that.
no, and he thinks it's
That's
hilarious
insane.
to him. And so,
And
and I've
it gets
asked
the
him
kill.
before. I've asked him about why he doesn't shoot more because he's phenomenal. He's like, well, I get bored just killing people.
Which,
So,
hey,
hey,
Oh man.
It's got to
you
be a
gotta,
challenge.
yep.
yeah. I would like to see the priest in a tournament at some point in
Oh,
time.
Oh yes,
ouch.
Yeah,
Nice pick.
yeah,
He's
yeah. I
great.
like
He's really
the
good.
priest. I talk to him a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
outside of AIM, and it hasn't worked out yet. But I would like eventually. I hope to get him in some tournament play. So
I'd like to interview him. I would love to interview him. If I could figure out how
yeah.
to do it in Portuguese, that would be awesome.
Oh, he's got such a. I would let him tell his story, but yeah, he's got a cool story to tell too. He'd be a great interview.
Did you
So
know? I met his wife the other day, the nun.
yeah.
Oh
Well,
really?
Yeah.
okay.
So,
So he plays. His daughter plays as Nexus, but I don't know for sure if I haven't seen the nun but like one time and it was very brief. So I didn't know if she was in or not. But yeah, his daughter plays, and she's good. Yeah, it's a family affair.
yeah.
So
Awesome.
Much like the JStray crew, huh?
yeah,
You
yeah,
guys,
we all play.
your youngest plays, right?
My youngest plays. My older son plays some. He's not as much into it. But yeah, my youngest little stray. He's a wild man. So he gets in there and runs. We let him cut loose. So
That's awesome. Well, folks, it has been an hour and 43 minutes with this crew. I have taken up most of their Sunday morning, and they have not been, you know, they haven't yelled at me about it, even though I've taken up 2 hours of their day. So let me do a quick outro here, and we'll let these guys enjoy the rest of their Sunday. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Northern Savage stopping by to tell you that I don't like that one. Let me try it again. I always cut the end off, and don't worry about it. None of this will make the final cut. Um, well, folks, that has been Talking While Aiming panel show number 6. It has been our preseason show. Thanks to CPAmper. Rusty Hog, and JStray for stopping by, talking to us a little bit about the tournament, about this year, about some of the players we think are going to make it great, and this awesome game that is AMXR. Gentlemen, I'll give you each a chance to do a quick shout out or a quick outro. We'll start off with the Hog. Hog, anything you want to shout out to the AIM community before this season kicks off?
I always aim to please.
All right. And which team should we be looking out for? Your team is?
Onslaught.
Onslaught. All right. JStray, who you got? Any last words for the AIM community?
No, just keep loving on each other, keep killing each other, and yeah, look out for Black Rain.
Black Rain coming this year.
Sure.
CPA, last words.
Yeah, great community. It's fun to play. I love that we're like a tight niche and we know each other. A lot of games don't really have that. And yep, looking forward to the next season. And just remember, there's a reason I named us the One Hit Wonders. So you better watch out.
Okay. Folks, it has been a great time talking with these folks. Fine cover. Well, folks, this has been Talking While Aiming. I am Northern Savage 95. Shoot straight, find cover whenever you can. Always throw grenades first. Have a great tournament season. Thanks for stopping by.
You.
All right. And you got to be kidding me. Stop recording.
Hey guys, Northern Savage here. If you made it this far, then obviously you like the content. Please smash that like and subscribe button so we can keep building up those content lists and doing all the fun stuff you like us to do. So, hey, smash that, do that thing that you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'm still figuring all this stuff out, but thanks.